Nice phrase, put up or shut up time for Padre
Yeah,
baseball.
for sure.
Don't tell me about the back of your baseball card and don't talk about how many games are left. They're in a box. They're in a real tough situation. They open a 4-game series, Philadelphia. Then they go to Toronto and the Blue Jays play like hell at home, hit the ball all over the yard. Then they get Detroit. 10-game roadie to start the second half of the season. They come home. They're going to play Texas at home, and that's not going to be easy. And then they're going to play Pittsburgh. Then they go where they don't play real well. As bad as Colorado is, Coors Canaveral Field has been a tough place for the Padres to play. They're going to go play Colorado up there. And if that's not hard enough, when you look at the rest of the schedule after this haul, they play 13 of 19 right now on the road. And then when they come home, they're going to wind up playing Orioles. They're going to play 7 against the first place Arizona Diamondbacks.
Wow.
So they got a chunk of put up, shut up games that they're going to have to win, and they need a hot streak. Now, that being said, and we've been critical and analytical about a whole bunch of things here with this team. I went back and just looked at the standings this afternoon. Let me just run this by you, and you can argue with me about this after the fact. Miami's got 55 wins. The Marlins, 55 wins. I'm sorry, Padres are better than Miami. Philadelphia's got 44. Now, the Phillies are World Series kings, no doubt about that, but a lot of injuries. Bryce Harper's not hit a home run in like 136 at-bats.
Wow.
Longest drought in his career, but he is hitting 340. He, of course, is coming off the major elbow issues. I'd say the Padres might be a little bit better offensively than Philadelphia. Cincinnati, who? Reds have 50 wins. That's all with kids. Padres are better than Cincinnati. You got Milwaukee that's got 49, and half its pitching staff has been on the IL most of the season, and Christian Yelich isn't what he used to be. I think Padres are better than those guys. Arizona's got 52 wins. What? But it's a 162-game schedule. I just get the feeling Arizona's starting to feel the heat. And yeah, 119 degrees in Phoenix. I'm talking about the heat of the pennant race, not the heat on the pavement in downtown Phoenix. And you got the Giants, patchwork roster. I don't know how the hell they got to 45 wins. Padres are better than them. John, I just gave you 6 teams I think the Padres are better than. San Diego is 7th in the wild card race. How can that be?
Well, we've known all year long the Padres are better than every team in the National League.
Well, with the exception maybe of Atlanta.
Okay, but on paper, this team was going to be a juggernaut. They were going to score at least 5 runs a game, and they had good starters. They were going to be in a position to really dominate the NL West. We knew that at the beginning of the year, but they haven't lived up to it. So you look at those records of the Marlins, you say, yeah, we're better than the Marlins, we're better than the Phillies, but it's like your Bill Parcells quote, your record is what you are, what your record says you are, right? And that's what's just driving us all bananas. So they're on a 10-game road trip. I say they got to win at least 7 on this trip, because if they don't, they're going to be in the same boat that they're in now when we get near the trade deadline, and the season's going to run out.
Real tough. I think the 4-day rest has to help the pitching staff, which I think was grossly fatigued. The 4-day rest, I sure hope the batting order has not lost the magic wand and they cool down during those 4-day rest. They're going to have to hit to win these games in Philadelphia because the Phillies are bashing it. But you know what? I said this in our last podcast. If Machado can push that batting average up to 270 with home runs, if Soto can stay close to 270, if Tatis, who's hitting 288, can just continue to be Tatis, I don't know where Bogarts is because he's had another cortisone injection in the wrist, but he's sure not the same player. But if the Fab Four can all hit in the 270 window, coupled with the pitching, they should be able to beat these teams who I think they're better than. Has not happened yet. That's where we are with the Padres. Now,